Hi, my name is Linda Grahovic, and I'm with the F&F family of companies, and I'm joined today by Wayne Stanley of Bo Digital. Social media can be a great means of marketing your brand, building your company awareness, even showing some of your community footprint. And if used strategically, a really great part of a company's digital marketing plan. As you know, we've recently launched our F&F national social media accounts. We have a Facebook account, which is shown here. And we also have LinkedIn, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, and even a YouTube channel. Now, why did we set up these accounts? Well, we set them up for two reasons. Number one, yes, for the exposure and for some of the things that I just talked about brand awareness, community footprint, but also as a means for our local operations to utilize content in their social media posts, whether they be individuals or operations, and also to provide operations and individuals a means to have a library of sorts of social media posts that they can share with their agents or agents can share with their customers. So, what we were thinking about, and I've had some questions about, is hey, can we create a library, a separate library with all these posts, with pictures and videos and all sorts of things? And that was a really good question. But after really thinking about it, and Wayne and I kind of talked about it for a while, if we created a separate library on a separate portal, you'd have to go off your social media sites, go to a different access point, and then how would we share this with our agents, or how would agents share it with their customers? So, what we decided to do, which is literally going to take less time, is to train and empower you all in doing some of these same things on social media. So, Wayne is going to go through some techniques to share, to copy, tips on redistribution, where to look for things on the site, and some other little to dos and not to dos with regards to your social media. Because remember, we can post all day, we can share certain articles, but the main focus of what we're trying to do collectively as the F&F family of companies with Bo Digital is create very meaningful content with calls to action. We've Bo Digital and I have created some great posts, some great videos, some great content, and it's all strategically done on a monthly basis. So, Wayne, why don't you start us off on Facebook here and tell us how we can kind of make our social media or our digital marketing plans a lot better?
No problem, Linda. Um, First of all, to access the agency division page for the F&F family of companies, you can simply type into the search bar. You can have your agents type into the search bar, I want to be an F&F agent, and that will automatically take them to the page. You can also search F&F family of companies, and it will show up, and then they're able to like the page. They can also, if you're a diehard fan and want to create more diehard fans, up here at the top, after you've liked the page, you can see following, and you can check this so that it has the default in your news feed, which means Facebook kind of gets to decide when you will see that content, versus see first, which means you're going to see the posts from the company at the very top of your news feed whenever a post goes out. So it's totally up to you, but you're able to customize that a bit, and you can. That's a good tip to give your agents too. If their customers are telling them that they're not seeing much of their content on their individual title agent sites, then they're able to do that too. So to share a post on the site here, we've got a post from just a couple of days ago of a video for F&F Lead. And this one had a few shares. It's got 9 so far, but you're able to do a couple of different things with this. We wanted to show you how to share, how to kind of toggle between your accounts. And Facebook changes this stuff fairly often. So if you get in and it looks a little different, always reach out to Linda, and she'll connect you to me, or she'll be able to help teach you how to kind of figure out what they've changed. But I am an administrator of this page. So my page looks a little different than what the page might look to the public. So if you're watching this and you're not an administrator of your local F&F page, or an administrator of your title company page, You won't see this bar at the very top, for example, this page, ad center, inbox, settings. You won't see that. You won't see some of the other details over here on the right. However, if you are an admin, you'll have access to all of this. One of the things that Facebook changed a while ago was pages are now connected to actual individual accounts. So any of the pages that I am an admin for are connected to my Wayne Stanley account on Facebook. Um, that is the way that it should work. That's why you have to be logged into your personal account to access these pages. One of the things that kind of frustrates people right now is they try to share something personally, and it looks like they're sharing it from the company page. And if that's happening to you, I'm going to show you how to toggle between that really quickly. One of the easiest ways to toggle between that is right down here on the post itself. You'll see this tiny little icon that has the current page icon on there. So that's the FNF family of companies logo for the page down there. And that tells you that you are liking and commenting as FNF family of companies. So if you see that for your local page, it might say comment as FNF Indiana or whatever state or region you might be representing on your page. That's how it's doing. So you can comment on the national posts. You can comment on your own posts as yourself. But if you wanted to change this so you could like and share individually, all you do is click this drop down button and then you click this personal tab here, and that would choose yourself because these are connected to your personal page. So that's how you would toggle between, whereas now I can like and share these posts as Wayne Stanley or comment on them or whatever I may want to do. So let's say that I am part of Fidelity National Financial family of companies, and I want to share this post. Obviously, everybody knows that you can share. If you click the share ... that is going to open the share dialog for you, and it's going to show you what you're sharing as. Up here on the top, it'll say share on a page that you manage. If you want to share it in an event, if you want to share it as a group. This should pop up if you're only an admin for one account. It should pop up as FNF family of companies posting as FNF family of companies. If you wanted to share it to FNF Ohio and post as yourself, you're able to click this drop down and then make that happen. Or post as a different page, you can do that. One of the things that Linda and I talk about a lot is when you share something, a lot of times right now, people just click share and then they click post and they're done. We think that it's really important that you customize this a little bit. You know, why does your state care about this post or this topic or this video information that's being presented? Is there something locally that you have that's a great resource? If you have folks on your team that are FNF lead experts, then you would want to highlight that. If you want to highlight your local website or phone number or link to maybe your staff bios and things like that, you would want to do that. So it's not just sharing it sort of blandly and putting it on your page. You want to give it a little bit of color as to why you're sharing. That's also a great way that Facebook will then make sure that your post is showing up in your followers' news feeds because it thinks that you have something different to say about this content. You're not just sharing it to share it. So even if it's a quick one-liner, a little bit of customization on that share goes really, really far. And that's a great tip for your agents too. If they want to share content from the FNF family of companies page, the national page, this is how they can do that. But they can also, maybe they're sharing things from their state land title association, the American Land Title Association, from other real estate publications, maybe even from some of their customers. They're able to do this kind of share in exactly the same way. And this is also important. Linda brought up a topic earlier that comes up a lot where maybe you don't need to share anything. You know, this post in particular is about FNF lead. And maybe you have a big educational push in March where you're going to really go out, you're going to hit the road and talk to your agents about all the educational resources that you offer. Maybe you're going to promote your spring underwriting seminar at some point soon. And then that's the time where you want to share this lead post. If you go back to this post and just share it, it's going to look like you're sharing a January 28th post. So it will look old. It's most likely that your audience is going to kind of ignore this a little bit because they're like, why are they just now sharing something from January? So you're able to add a little bit up here, and that will make it look like the post is from today and won't really show the January 28th piece at the bottom. Aside from how to post, how to toggle, and that sort of thing, I also want to show how to take different pieces of these posts and make them your own. And uh, I don't mean to add more work to your plate, and I don't think that this takes a ton of time. So we're going to show you how to do this stuff quickly here. But when you have so this is an image that got posted earlier this week that you can utilize. So maybe you don't like the image for your localized page, but you like what the written content is over here. You can take this and copy it and then create a new page or a new post on your page. You can also, if you like the image and you want to use more custom localized text, all you have to do is right click on the image and then click Save Image As, and it will open a dialog box for you to save it to your local computer. Then from there, you can use, it's already branded for FNF. You can use it locally. It's already been approved at the national level, so you're able to use it and then customize whatever content for your local sites, or maybe it's your local tools and services or your local team. That's no problem whatsoever. So either way, you can take just content or the graphics and photos and that sort of thing as well. Let's say that maybe you're not the most social savvy person that's out there, and or you're not someone that's on social media every single day, so you're worried about, what if I miss a post and I don't have time to scroll back through and read everything to see what's available? No worries. What you can do, I'm going to X out of this image here, is you can go to the main page for the FNF family of companies, which is, like I said before, you can just search, I want to be an FNF agent, and go over here on the right, or I'm sorry, on the left side, and click on photos, or you can click on videos. And once you do that, you'll see any of the videos or photos that have been posted, and you can browse through those a little quicker, where maybe you don't care as much about the written content or the post itself. You just want to find things that you can utilize on your own page. Some of these are a little older, some of them are newer. From when we launched the page, there's a lot about the FNF Digital Closing Hub from when we first launched, but you can go in and find an image that works for what you're trying to convey in your post. And when you click on that image or on that photo, it will open up, just like I said before, and you can right click and do Save Image As and save this to create your own post. So you want to use this for something entirely different than what we talked about here, with trying to build trust with agents and attorneys. You want to use it for something else, like maybe you're going to promote your underwriting seminar off of one of these images. That's totally fine. That's why you can go to the photos page and borrow anything that you'd like. The same goes for videos. As Linda mentioned, we have a YouTube channel for FNF now, and we'll be posting a lot of these videos that you see. I don't think either of these are on YouTube yet, but by next week, they will be. So by the time any of you are watching this video, you will certainly see these in the YouTube channel, and we'll make a playlist on the YouTube channel that are called Facebook videos. You can very quickly go there and see these 20, 30-second videos. And that's another great way where if you want to share the video, but you don't want it to look like it's from January 9th or January 28th, you're going to be able to share the link from YouTube and create your own post whenever you want. And that will help to make your content look like it's up to date and not too outdated, and also give your folks a different way to access your content and like some of our FNF social media properties. The last thing that we get questions about with sharing and utilizing all of this content is how to get more audience, right? Everybody wants to know, I want more people to like my page, but I don't want to spend money to do that. Well, you have to do a little bit of the work yourself. You have to promote the page. One of the easiest ways to do that, like I said before, you can tell people to just search and like the page nationally for, I want to be an FNF agent. If you go to your page and you don't see a tag right here, your username, or it says create a username, I strongly encourage you to do that. This is a great way that you can brand your page and make it easily searchable. So if I were creating a new page for Wayne Stanley Title, I would try to create at Wayne Stanley Title. That way I could tell people very easily how to search and find this. But beyond that, beyond making it a little easier to try and find, Over here on the right, when you're on the home page, for you, it may, if you've got more ratings on your page, or depending on what Facebook's trying to promote this day, inviting friends may not be the second block. It may be second or third down here, but it should be in this. If you picture this page as three different columns, this far right third column, you should see invite friends. And when you click on that, you're able to look at any of your friends lists and then invite them to like the page. You can also do that for anyone that likes your posts. Sometimes people follow your page, or they see something that's been posted, or maybe one of your friends shared it. And so they see it and they like it, but they haven't actually liked your page, which means they won't see anything else. Let me show you what that looks like here. We'll go back over to posts. We'll see if we can find someone that has maybe interacted with the page but not liked. Let's see. So this person has liked the post, but hasn't actually liked the FNF family of companies agency division page yet. So when I saw that their like came in, but they haven't liked the page, we clicked invite to invite them. We'll scroll down to another post here and see if anybody else has this same thing. So here we go. We have another one. These are people that have already liked the page. This is Linda and myself. And then anyone that we've invited to like the page that maybe hasn't yet. And then when you click this, it'll just automatically send the invitation. So they'll get a notification on their personal page right up here that says, Wayne Stanley or the FNF family of companies has invited you to like this page. And with one quick click, they're able to like your content. And you can do that with any page, whether you have a local page or a company page for some of your agents or attorneys. You're able to kind of see who's interacting with your information and try and get them to become a more permanent audience of your content. You can also do that with the shares. So you might see this number over here for how many people have shared your piece of content. And when you click on that, you can see, depending on their privacy settings, you may not be able to see everyone. So for example, that just said that 9 people had shared this post. You'll notice at the very bottom down here, it says some posts may not appear here because of their privacy settings. So a lot of pages, a lot of these Chicago Title FNF family of companies pages, they'll show up because their settings allow them. But luckily up here, it looks like Carl has his privacy settings at a place where we're able to see what he shares. But if one of his friends share it, or somebody else individually shares it and their settings are a little different, it may not show up. But at least here we can see that when Carl shared this post, he customized it just a little bit. He just added a quick comment. And this is where you can see if you don't add a little bit of customization, you don't actually even see the post at first. And depending on someone's settings and whether they're looking at that on their desktop or their mobile device, this may look different. That's another really important reason why, even if it's a one-liner, contact us in Pennsylvania or Rhode Island or New Jersey or wherever it may be with your local website or phone number or email, whatever you prefer. It just goes a really long way to make sure that your content gets seen, because it's not just enough to share content anymore. You really have to fight for people's news feeds, and that's why we're trying to do more with photo and video. The sharing that's happening so far is great, but if you customize that a little bit more, it's not only going to get more eyeballs for your localized pages, but it's going to get more engagement at the national level too. And Linda, with that is most of what I have for everyone today. This happens more and more on Facebook than anywhere else. I think they have the most complicated kind of sharing, but the same thing is true whether you're interacting on Twitter or LinkedIn. You should always add a one-liner of customization to allow people to kind of see why you care about this. Obviously, the original post maker cares, but why are you sharing it? You should think about that before you just click share really quickly. And you can have, those one-liners that you use. Sometimes I just have a draft email in my inbox, and I have those one-liners saved. That way I can just copy and paste it really quickly to a post that I'm using when I know I'm going to share a lot, like if we're at an event or an underwriting seminar or something like that. So make life easier on yourself and share some of those if you need to. Save some of those one-liners if you need to, but they're really important to help with your engagement overall.
If anybody has any questions with regards to this video regarding techniques, certainly shoot me an email at lynn.grahovic@fnf.com. And myself or any of our resources here at Agency Marketing will assist your efforts out in the field. With that, thank you for joining us today.